a monthly Q&A over here in the InSync Drummers community just wouldn't be the same without a question from Lester. Thank you, Lester, for this question, which was, what are your top 5 songs that every drummer should know? Now, naturally, I am going to actually keep this to the songs that are currently available with resource packages and tutorials and stuff here in the InSync Drummers community. And keep in mind, I'll sort of tell you my reasons for picking these specific songs, but I'm thinking of like what's going to take you, maybe not right from the beginning of playing drums, but from kind of new to playing worship songs, and sort of just get you started and make sure that you aren't pigeonholing, like you've got like a few sort of varied kind of feels and grooves. So that's the thinking here. The first one is Blessed Be Your Name. I'm picking this one because it's based on our basic rock groove, that first groove that most of us learn, with like a slight exception that there's 4 on the floor kicks. So, I mean, that is one step further, one step forward, and increasing your skills and the grooves you can play. But it's also just getting you used to playing the same pattern in different places on the kit, which I think is a very useful tool to have as a beginner drummer. Firstly, you've got the ability to orchestrate a specific groove in different places and kind of change how your hi-hat is being hit or how open it is, and you're starting to get a whole bunch of different sounds with one groove, while still having a couple little tricky like accent parts and builds and simple fills. And just knowing where you're up to and changing from one thing to the next. I think it's a good starting point getting into worship drumming. Needless to say, it's fast. So there's that as well. Like if you can play it cleanly at this speed, then you nearly are all set for speed. Like it's not the fastest song, but it is a fast song. So number 2 on this list for me would be Waymaker. It's a super popular song. At least it was huge. It's still popular enough that it's almost 99% going to come up in your team at some point in the next year or so. It has a few different sections where we're changing the feel, but it's got that syncopated tom groove in it. We really need that in our worship drumming. So this is a good one to learn it in, but it sort of takes it a little step further, and we have our right hand on the ride while playing that syncopated tom groove. By the way, I have a version that's extra simple where you're playing the tom groove without the ride. And then I have kind of a more normal but still simplified drum part where we are playing the ride with the floor tom. And Waymaker has a bunch of fills and grooves that are staples for our worship drumming. So it's a really good song to learn those from. Number 3 is Praise by Elevation Worship. This is just a super fun song. It's one of my more recent videos that I've made. The real reason it's number 3 is because of the syncopated tom groove it uses all the way through this song. You're using it in different places and slight variations here and there, but the big key to all of this, and the reason why it's number 3, is because it's a bass version of that tom groove. Number 4 on this list would be YESHUA by Jesus Image. Again, it's using that really common syncopated tom groove in sections. As well as our big ride groove that we use a lot. The real reason it's here in number 4 is because of those 30-second note grooves that you have to play. Some of these use the toms as 30-second notes, while others use the snare as 30-second notes, and some kind of just like an interplay of both. But if you can learn this song and get those 30-second note grooves down, boy oh boy are they super helpful and useful to play in worship moments. And I use them in songs all the time, but also in free worship moments when I feel like we're at our almost max kind of level of dynamics and going all out, and then it feels like we have to go even higher and more energetic. And 30-second notes are that next kind of tool to take us to that next level. So I don't know if you've noticed, but these are all in 4/4, so we need some 6/8 songs. So number 5 is Great Are You, Lord. It's quite simple, so it's a really good place to begin with 6/8. And so I couldn't just leave it there. I had to add a 6th one in. Number 6 is Reckless Love. It is also in 6/8, but it's just a little bit more compleximacated. Some rim clicks that are syncopated in 6/8. Really cool skill to have. And then some syncopated grooves. Kind of playing, you know, a feeling of 4/4 inside 6/8. So definitely a really good one to check out as well. I have the full resource packages for all of those songs. So if you're kind of not rostered on for a while and you're like, I just need to kind of round out my drumming abilities, then maybe one of these or all of these kind of stood out to you and you could work on those. Thank you, Lester, for the question. That's it for this one. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.